huge issue here that nobody wants to talk about it, and nobody wants to take in how prevalent violence against women is in our society, in Canada. We're not talking about third world countries. We're talking about Canada
We're
here.
talking about Collingwood. We're talking about Toronto. We're talking about
women are not
potentially
safe.
even Ottawa.
Yeah,
or
absolutely. They're not safe in their
Thornbury
homes.
or Craigleith.
No.
And it's so prevalent that we joke about it. Like I remember talking to a friend of mine quite a few years ago. I talked to the couple, and she was injured. And I made a joke saying, "Oh, has so-and-so hit you again?" As a joke, because of course I didn't really think that he had.
He'd hit her, yeah.
And I found out years and years later, he'd been hitting her the whole time.
Wow.
Because we just don't talk about it. And we minimize it so much so.
Yes.
And we want to not believe that it's really happening. And it's happening all the time.
And we victim blame.
Okay.
She did something about it. She attracted it. She must have done something in order to invite it, right? And then when you go and maintain relationships, well, of course you wanted it, right? It has to be the victim's fault.
Yes.
It has to be, because again, if we actually think that men are responsible for violence against women, right? And we cannot take it in.
Who taught them?
Society.
Women taught them? I don't think so. Please come hit me.
Well, I think that it's one of those things that we see it all the time, but we don't want to acknowledge that it's there all the time. And I think it's kind of interesting you talk about this particular case, the Ghomeshi case. It has, I think, done some pretty terrific things for Canadian society, because in a bunch of ways we've had to have this conversation.
Yes.
So people come up to me all the time, and it's well known in all of my circles that I'm a feminist, proud and loud about it, just like Justin
Collingwood's
Trudeau.
Gloria Steinem.
Whatever. I don't know anyone who isn't. They just don't
throw these
want to admit it or not, right?
Yes.
Because who doesn't think that men and women should have equal rights, privileges, and responsibilities?
From the day we were emancipated, we've been going towards feminism.
I don't understand how anybody could not call themselves a feminist. It seems odd to me that you wouldn't, like, that you would say out loud that you don't think you don't believe in equality. Anyway, point of my story is that because I'm not afraid of using that word. A lot of people were coming up to me during the course of the trial and in the weeks afterwards. What do you think about the Ghomeshi trial? As though being a feminist would provide me with a certain different insight that other people have, and I think at the end of the day,
it's that word that I find missing in our language anymore. Common sense.
Yeah, you just shouldn't be hitting anybody.
No.
Period.
I don't know that that's
humanity, common sense.
Yeah.